Hey, welcome to the Tuesday show. I'm David.
I'm James Chen. How's everybody going?
We got some things to talk about this time as opposed to the last couple of times. Pretty much just BS.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of stuff going on.
There's a bunch to talk about. We're going to start off by talking about the Masters Series results. We will also talk about, as you can see, Kumite in Tennessee and Beast 5 and Apex entrants. PR Balrog announcing that he will retire after the year. Some stuff about Evo and maybe assorted other things.
If we have the time. Yeah.
James asked if I watched the Cooperation Cup Third Strike tournament, and I did not. So that's something that I'll be watching in the next week. I mean, obviously we were busy this weekend. We were at the Masters Series. I didn't get a chance to watch, and I'd rather watch before talking about it.
Yeah, I only saw one match. I saw one dude OCV like an entire team.
Oh, yeah?
It was pretty crazy, yeah. And it was pretty late, too.
Was it late? Okay.
So, yeah.
I mean, definitely I'll watch that.
Right.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you don't have to worry about that. So next week we'll talk about the Co-op Cup.
Okay.
But anyway, let's start off by talking about the Master Series.
Yes, so obviously we were there this weekend, and obviously not everybody had a chance to see it because it was definitely a pay-per-view, an experiment from Lapchi to see how that's going to go. So,
Yeah.
But a lot of people did subscribe, and if you're willing to watch, Atari 2600 graphics on your mobile devices, you could have seen parts of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, it was really exciting, really great stuff. Some super good matches.
Yeah.
And just, I mean, the funny thing is, we kept saying beforehand that it's going to be really telling for a lot of things. And
Yeah.
I think some really interesting things came out of it. So
I totally agree. Well, let's get into the results. First play. Well, so we'll start with the 8th. Okay, because there were 8 players, right?
Yes.
At 8th place was MD Luffy.
Right.
Rose. 7th place was FGC R Kappa Pepidai. Forte. 6th place was Kanba Doyu. Xiaohai with Kami, Evil Ryu, Yun, and Sagat.
Yep.
5th was Snake Eyes Zangief. 4th was EGPR Balrog and Evil Ryu. 3rd was Razor Shen with Gen and Elena. 2nd was Kazunoko Yun, and 1st was Mad Catz Daigo Umehara, Evil Ryu.
Only Evil Ryu.
Only Evil Ryu. Yeah, he went 6-1. 2nd place went 5-2. Shen 4-3. Then we had a tie at 3-4 between Rog and Snake Eyes, but Snake Eyes lost more.
I see. Gotcha.
Xiaohai also at 3-4, but he lost more. So there are
The
3 at 3 and
differential,
4.
yeah, the
games
differential.
differential.
Yeah.
Pepidai went 2-5, but he was actually plus or minus 0, which is funky for somebody who went 2-5.
Because he had a couple of dominating sets.
Right.
That's why.
Exactly. And then Luffy was last place at 2-5, but minus 10.
So what do you want to talk about each player one by one?
Yeah, let's talk. That's a good way to do it. Sure.
Okay,
All right.
okay.
Well, you want to start at the bottom then?
Yeah, let's start down at the bottom. With
Okay.
Luffy.
Well, look, Luffy was there. This was very unfortunate. So last week in France, there was a deadly shooting.
Yes.
And that was followed up by a little bit more nonsense. And as a result, Paris and surrounding areas were partially on lockdown.
Yeah.
And Luffy was flying out of, I think, Charles de Gaulle Airport, I assume. And that was locked down. So he couldn't fly out.
He was stuck in the airport for 12 hours.
It's not just that he couldn't fly out, he was stuck there.
Yeah, like at the airport. It's not like he could go home and sleep in his comfy bed and do about his business. He was in the airport.
He was stuck there. Finally, he found a flight to Eastern Canada. Okay, this is in Calgary in Western Canada. Right, so that's quite a distance. Right?
Yeah.
Canada's a big old country. So he's stuck there in Eastern Canada because there was an ice storm.
Freeze.
For another day. Okay. So by the time he finally gets to Calgary,
I think it was 11 p.m. on Saturday or something like that.
It was very late Saturday night. He had been in an airport or on an airplane for 2 days.
He said it basically took him 3 days to get there total.
Right. Yeah, he left. He got to the airport on Thursday, he said, and he finally got in on Saturday. Late Saturday.
Yeah, basically Sunday.
Look, so anyway, he shows up Sunday morning, having slept a little bit the previous night, just dead tired. I mean, you could see it. I mean, the poor guy had bags under his eyes. He told us he was tired. There were times when you could tell he wasn't concentrating that great. I didn't see him at the after party. Did you see him there?
No,
I assumed he just went to sleep.
Yeah, because he was flying back on Monday.
Right.
Like he literally showed up for a day, and he's flying back home. So as a result, his record is not indicative of where his skill is.
Everybody knows it sucks. Yeah. Everybody knows that's not indicative.
I mean, there's the Rose haters out there that are like, yeah, take that. See, he doesn't deserve to win you. But
I hope nobody says that.
Yeah, that's like the worst thing to possibly even say. So
it sucks.
I mean, I will say one thing though, that all the people who were like, oh my God, Rose is top tier. That's the only reason why Luffy won. And then there was people like us who were like, Rose is not even top 5.
I didn't say she wasn't top 5.
Oh really? Yeah. Oh, I said that at first.
Okay,
After Evo, I said that at first. Towards later on, she started moving up, but she's kind of fallen back down for me. But regardless, she's not a broken character. A lot of people exposed a lot of her weaknesses there, particularly Daigo, who basically knew nothing she does is a block string.
Right.
If she cancels low strong into anything, you can kill her, basically. Which is why I was really curious. I really wanted Luffy to try low strong into Fierce Reflect to see how far that would move her forward. And if Daigo saw that and he did uppercut like he traded with a bunch of fireballs, would it just have whiffed?
Good question. I don't know.
I really wanted to test that. But
I don't think Daigo was reacting. I think he was reacting to the crouching strong and then doing something.
Oh, if he saw her cancel it.
I don't know, man. I feel like that's not...
You think if he just did low strong nothing?
That's not doable. Yeah, but maybe, who knows?
Because the only reason why I think it's slightly doable is because that was an early strategy I had against Guy with Cammy and Super. Is if I saw him cancel stand strong, I just uppercutted. Because if he ran, if he shouldered, if he did anything, I would uppercut him. But then Mark Teddy showed me that you can actually stand strong, run, stop in time, and you'll get, and he'll block. I didn't think that was possible. But all right.
Okay then. Anyway, so Luffy gets dunked by, let's see, a bunch of people.
By pretty much the most.
A bunch of people.
Yeah.
Kazunoko. Well, let's see who did he beat. He won a couple of them. Let's see.
Yeah.
He beat Xiaohai 7-1. Yikes. He beat.
That was his first match.
He beat Pepidai 7-6.
Yeah. So he beat Xiaohai first.
Yeah.
Which tells you that he was kind of more awake at that time. But I'm sure as the day wore on, just like fatigue hits. I mean, the best way I always describe it is you don't know how badly it affects you unless you have the right thing. So for me, I can tell how sleepy I am by playing Tetris DS. Like, I honestly can tell how sleepy I am because I'm so much slower. I drop things in the wrong place and I can't figure out where to put pieces quite as fast. It's really interesting. I know when I'm awake because it's just like...
Okay.
But yeah, dude. If you don't think that it affects your game playing abilities, then you need to find that one game that shows you exactly how bad you play.
It definitely
tired.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
So anyway, everybody felt bad for Luffy.
For sure.
I don't even know if we need to go over his matches because it was just he was just very tired. Anyway, so Pepidai went 2-5.
Yeah.
He beat Xiaohai, which was the very first match.
Yes.
7-1.
He also beat Snake Eyes, right?
And he beat Snake Eyes 7-4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, he lost to everybody, but it wasn't. I don't think he got blown up for the most part, right? I'm looking for it.
Well, I mean, he also came. Remember, he was 7-6 against Daigo.
Yeah.
Daigo had to make some ridiculous comeback on him. But,
he went 5-7 against Shen, 5-7 against PR Balrog, 6-7 against Daigo, 4-7 against. He beat Snake Eyes, I should say. And then 6-7 against Luffy, and 4-7 against Kazunoko. So he went.
They're all super close. That's why he was, even though he's in second to last place, he was at 0 game differential.
Like, he's like 3-4 games away from having been second place overall.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, so he definitely played well. I remember saying beforehand that I wasn't sure if Pepidai's forte in general, could keep up in a long set, but totally he can.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. There was, at one point in time, I honestly thought he had a really big chance of like winning or getting second place. I'm actually surprised he finished as low as he did, but I mean that just kind of I mean, I'm not criticizing him. He's obviously a way better player than I am, but I still think Forte can be maximized a little bit more.
I agree, dude. There were definitely times when he lost because he would not just sit still.
Yeah.
And that's been a problem for him the whole time we've been watching him, is that if you pressure him very seriously, he likes doing wake up stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
he really does.
It's vanilla habits. It's vanilla all the way through AE 2012 habits.
Dude, but
it's kind of how you had to play him before.
It's strange though, because his wake up used to be so terrible that I would think that a good Forte player would get used to just sitting still like a Vega player.
Right. Yeah.
You just were so bad on wake up, but now that he's good on wake up, like, wouldn't you retain the old? Or maybe you're like getting used to the new wake up and you're doing whatever all the time.
Yeah, it's just that to me, Forte players just kind of felt like they always have to be doing something.
Yeah, well,
and I just think that's the weakness right there. So
he lost to Luffy in like the most heartbreaking way.
Oh yeah,
do you remember that?
That's right. Yeah,
so, so Pepidai is doing run stop fierce, and he inserts a little reset. This is in the last round. This is it. Run stop fierce on a punish, and he's run stop, and he inserts a toward medium kick for the overhead for the little mix up, which you can link out of. Might have been for a dizzy.
And if he connected it, he was either dizzy or dead.
Right, exactly. And Luffy was mashing Ultra 2, not EX Spiral.
Yep.
To Ultra 2, which you can just meaty.
Yep, has 2 frames of delay on startup, I believe, 1 or 2 frames.
But he was right.
Dude, the kick was right in his face. The kick was right in his face. And usually when you see that, that means Rose just gets hit and over orbs, right? Nope.
He was right.
I can't remember if it traded or if he just died.
Got straight up hit.
But Pepidai just had this look on his face like...
Yeah, I hope everybody's seen that picture. So
but the best part was Luffy's reaction, too, because he just looked like this, and like he looks at Luffy, and Luffy looks at him, and then Luffy just goes... That's the funniest thing. So awesome.
Oh man. Well, Pepidai played really well.
No, yeah.
He's a good player.
I expect lots of Pepidai in 2015.
I hope so.
Just put it that way.
I hope so.
Yeah.
All right, Xiaohai got 6th. Xiaohai it was like a tale of 2 Xiaohais.
Interesting. Yeah.
The first day and a half, he did not do well.
No.
I mean, it was bad. A lot of it.
He dropped so many combos during the course of the weekend. Even on the second day when he started playing better, he was dropping combos a lot. But, yeah, I was really surprised. I mean, he might have been jet lagged too, frankly.
But, like, so he loses 7-1, 7-1, 7-4, 7-3. But against Daigo, he picks the evil Ryu mirror, and when I saw it, I was like, this is good night.
Yeah, right.
You've given up?
I even said that in the commentary. I was like, I don't know if you're going to out-footsie Daigo.
But he won.
Yeah.
It was 7-6.
7-6.
It was super close, but he won, which is, like, I don't know. I just had no expectation that would happen.
Which was actually kind of cool, because it made it so that everything was unknown, even all the way to the last match.
Right. And then after that, he blows up Snake.
Only 7-0.
In just the biggest destruction of the weekend.
I did not see that one. I was asleep.
Oh, you didn't see that one? I saw that one.
Yeah.
It was as free as could be.
See, that's the funny thing is I know Snake Eyes is good against Sagat.
I started off commentary. I'm like, Mike Ross is like, oh, this is a bad matchup. And I was like, actually, in 1.04, I think it's pretty even. And here's why. And I like the new green hand better in that matchup. Like, I like the EX hand can red focus cancel to crumple against low tiger shot. I felt like Geep was pretty good already even before 1.04, and I've seen Snake Eyes blow up Ryan Hart and Sanford like just last month, literally in December.
Yeah.
So I was saying that, and then here comes Xiaohai, and Xiaohai picks it, and I was like, Xiaohai, like you haven't mained Sagat since Vanilla. It's been a long time. I don't see this is not working out.
You're like, you don't know Snake Eyes versus Sagat.
Yeah, this is not working out for you. And it was just a total blow up. It was.
Oh man.
It was just such a he made Snake Eyes look like he didn't know a matchup. Like Snake Eyes played. We'll talk about him, but just he didn't play that great.
Yeah.
I mean that's ultimately
what
it is.
He actually did pretty good overall.
Yeah, in other matches, sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, he was like hurrying green hands a lot. Didn't capitalize well. Like when Xiaohai whiffed the Dragon Punch, which happened a couple of times. Snake Eyes' punish was like jab, short, EX hand.
Yeah,
Like, you know, it was stuff like that. So he just was not playing well.
Right.
I mean, it was disappointing. But.
Gotta teach him that whiff stand short EX for the crumple.
Oh,
you know how you can whiff cancel it?
That's right.
It's not useful, dude.
That's a situation where it is useful. Though.
It would have been a better punish than whatever he did, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, I mean, he just didn't play that great. And Shen and Xiaohai played it awesomely. Just excellent spacing, excellent patience. Just not something I'm used to seeing out of him. Mm-hmm. It was as good as can be.
Yeah, but, I mean, really, honestly, the Xiaohai match of the weekend was against Daigo.
Yeah.
Super good. Really, really fun match to watch. And actually, it was really interesting. It almost felt like Xiaohai understood Evil Ryu a little bit more than Daigo.
Yeah.
There was time, like, he used the Ultra 1 so good against Daigo. Like, he just traded with fireballs or even had to go through a bunch of times, you know. He did a really good job with that, so.
Yeah, and he had some great jumps. That's something that Daigo rarely does. He's playing the ground control game. And Xiaohai plays the ground control game, but he also knows when Daigo is going to throw a fireball and does a jump, which is... I don't know. It sounds super simple, but to have both of those is something that Daigo didn't.
Yeah. Here's the thing, right? I had this experience against Vi in Super Turbo. When I fight his Ryu with my Kami, I get blown up.
Yeah.
The closest match I've ever had against him, and this is honestly what I felt like Xiaohai did. The closest match I ever had against Vi was I stopped trying to predict fireballs and just jumped randomly. Because he's so good at mixing it up, and he throws it when you're not expecting it, that if you focus on it and think about it and try to challenge it, it hurts. And there were times, because like I would see Xiaohai jump a lot of times when Daigo didn't throw a fireball. True. He was just jumping. And it was the smart thing to do, because Daigo was not stopping throwing fireballs. I mean, Daigo's one not scared to take damage. Yeah. So if you jump over his fireball, he's like, whatever, you got lucky that time. And so he's going to keep doing it. But like I said, Xiaohai just kept jumping, and it paid off, because he got lots of beefy damage off of those jumps. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Xiaohai is bad and he has to guess. I'm just saying that's actually a strategy to do. Yeah, that's a strategy to play that way.
But so he did those on Sunday. In the previous 2 days, he just didn't play that great. So I don't know what was going on. I don't know if it was the matchups or if he got himself together. When Shen beat him, Shen's interview afterward, he was like, I think Xiaohai gave up. That's what he said.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's what it looked like.
Yeah, but I think when he went up against Daigo, it was probably like, you know, if I can make an impact, if I can beat one person at this tournament, it's going to be Daigo. And it really looked like he buckled down for that match. Okay. Yeah, so.
That makes sense.
But yeah.
So he was 3-4 and -8. Snake Eyes was 3-4 and -7. So Snake Eyes lost to Kazunoko. That was day one. I mean, I've always said that I think that matchup is more even than people give it credit for.
Yes.
Dude, can I just say how impressed I was at Kazunoko in that set? It was like his mix-ups and spacing and just control, ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just, it was so good.
Yeah.
I was so impressed.
I mean, we said it in the analysis videos. I didn't want to keep coming out right and saying it because everyone would have been like, you're an idiot, you know, that kind of thing. But I kept saying in our analysis videos that we did for Canada, for the Master Series, I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if Kazunoko wins, and et cetera, et cetera. I honestly didn't think that that's an advantage fight for Snake Eyes. I secretly, in my mind, somehow I expected Kazunoko to win that one. And it was super close. But I wasn't surprised by the result at all.
7-6.
Yeah.
Let's see. He beat PR Balrog. He beat Shen, both of which I think he's done in the past.
Right.
It's like tough for those players as good as they are. Then he lost to Pepidai.
Yes.
And it just went like literally the same as the previous times they played. Yeah. But another thing I was kind of disappointed in Snake Eyes was he instead of punishing Quesadilla Bomb with stand medium kick, meterless, which is all Geef has, he did medium punch, green hand, which is unsafe on hit.
Right, yeah.
And he told me later he was just hoping that Pepidai would like miss the throw punish afterward, but he almost never did.
Yeah, I mean, throws are mashable. You don't even have to reverse them, really.
Yeah, so he got punished, and then he started doing medium punch green hand FADC back to make it safe.
That's a waste of meter.
But he could just be doing EX hand.
Yeah,
so I was like, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah, that's right. If you have 2 meters,
Right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I didn't really understand what was going on there. Let's see. He beat Luffy, but, you know, Luffy was in bad situation. He got dunked by Xiaohai, and then Daigo just completely controlled him.
Well, here's the thing. I was actually surprised because Daigo got a big lead on Snake Eyes. And Snake Eyes brought it back. He did bring it back to 4-4, if I'm not mistaken.
No, he lost 2-7.
Did he lose 2-7? What the hell was I thinking?
Yeah.
What match am I thinking? Huh, okay, yeah. Well, I mean, look, Snake Eyes, I said this to him after the tournament as well.
Yeah.
I said all Fudo, Momochi, and Daigo did was just out-footsie him. Daigo literally beat him with 3 moves.
Right.
I would say 4 moves, which was basically stand roundhouse, low roundhouse, fireball, and low forward fireball. That's all he did. That's all he did. And he had no punish towards it. And I was really surprised, like, he didn't try to beat out the stand roundhouse a little bit more, like more low jab option selects, because I would imagine that would win, right? Or try to whiff punish roundhouse with stand strong or something. But he walked into so many stand roundhouses.
Yeah, that's how it was against Sagat also.
And is Evil Ryu's low roundhouse recover a lot faster
than regular Ryu's?
I know, yeah, it recovers faster.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I never saw him EX green hand punish it.
You can't EX green hand punish it.
You can't, okay,
yeah.
Okay.
You used to be able to do jab green hand punish on it, but not now. There's not enough range.
Gotcha.
Unless he does it point blank.
Was jab green hand faster than EX green hand?
Oh, yeah, it's like way faster.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It's like 2 frames faster. No. It's 7 frames? Hold on, I'm looking it up right now. Let's see. Banishing play. Yeah, it's 8 frame startup. EX hand is 13 frames startup.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Quite different.
Okay.
Anyway, so that was Snake Eyes' day. Afterward, I was talking with him, and I asked him about the Forte stuff, and I asked him about, like, punishing, Sagat, DP, and stuff like that, and, like, hit confirming 2 green hit. So, like, look, in 1.04, Geef, if he wants to stay close after a short series into green hand, he can only do 2.
Right.
Crouching short, jab green hand. That's it. Right. Or else you're too far to pressure afterward. But he's still doing like short.
Yeah, I mean,
jab, short.
I kind of like it when he hits him and ends up in that nice little kind of ambiguous distance where he doesn't have to worry about the opponent's throw.
But even crouching short, jab green hand, you are outside of the throw.
Oh, okay, okay.
But you're still inside your crouching jab and green hand and SPD range.
Gotcha.
But I don't know. So I feel like he has to adapt to 1.04 better.
Right.
PR Balrog was the last chance qualifier. He was not invited to this event. He just showed up. He won the Marvel tournament beforehand, and then he won the Street Fighter 4 qualification tournament. So he was in, and
he did really well.
He did do really well. He went 3 of 4, -2 overall. Let's see. So
he started badly.
Started terribly. Yeah, he lost to Kazunoko 7-1.
Yeah. Dang. He was really discouraged after that one.
Yeah, that looked tough. Like that looked really rough for him.
And then after he lost to Snake Eyes, like
he started 0-2.
Yeah, he was. It's funny. So since he admitted it himself on the interview, I have no problem talking about this. But like, as soon as he lost to Snake Eyes, he put down his joystick, walked straight to that little bar in the back. And all of us were just like, okay, it's alcohol time. Yeah, he just walked straight back there. He actually came back with water, to be fair.
Oh, okay.
But then he went back for a beer. And then and he said so much on stream. And even Mike Ross in commentary was like, I wonder what the difference between last set and this set is now. And then PR Balrog, after he won the 3rd set, was like, yeah, I got myself a beer.
A little more limber.
Yeah. And once he relaxed, honestly, he played so much better.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Did, so.
Well, he beat Pepedai 7-5. He beat Xiaohai 7-3. He lost to Daigo, but it was very close, 7-6. Very close.
He had
a big old lead.
He had a
Let's see, it was 5-3.
Yeah. Well, Daigo had to win like the last 5.
It was 6-3.
6-3.
And so everybody thought, oh, PR Balrog is going to take this.
And then Daigo rattled off 4 in a row. Yeah. It was pretty
he
bad.
He was so sad.
Oh, yeah. He was not.
Who could blame him? Then he lost to Shen's Gen, but with Rogan. He tried Evil Ryu, it didn't work out. And then he beat Luffy, but Luffy.
Yeah.
Shen, I thought, played great.
He started kind of badly too, actually, didn't he? He lost
he lost to Daigo.
Yeah.
At the start, 7-5. He then beat Pepedai 7-5.
Oh, okay.
But then he lost to Snake Eyes 7-4.
Right. So he was 1-2.
1-2 to start. Yeah. and then he lost to Kazunoko. So he was 1-3 to start.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. He started really bad because I remember at one point, both at the end of the first day, him and Xiaohai were in the bottom. They were like last place, and I was like, "Damn, is Gen really sucked that bad now?"
Yeah.
You know. I mean, the one that he won on the first day, he did it by switching away from Gen to Elena, which he even admitted afterwards he had no plans for. He was just like, let me just try Elena, and it worked.
It was against Pepidai.
Yeah, it wasn't like when like Dhalsim versus Daigo. Right. He didn't have that plan. He was just like, let's try Elena, and it worked. So,
and then he beat Xiaohai 7-4 with Gen, and then he beat PR Balrog with Gen. And then he beat Luffy with Gen and Elena. And that was it. So, yeah, he recovered nicely.
Yeah. So, and he ended up getting third place.
He did.
Yeah. So, good stuff to him. Great stuff to him.
Only 3 people had winning records. Kazunoko 4th. I'm sorry, Shen 4-3, Kazunoko 5-2, and Daigo 6-1. So, Kazunoko, I was just super impressed by. He is so good. Like, it's not, like I said, I've been trying Yun a little bit, right? He is not that easy in the neutral game, and you got to do a lot more things than people think that you have to do to make dive kicks count and to make EX lunge punch count. And he did all of them. He did the jump early strong and medium kicks, which you have to do. People who are always trying to jump up and do like air-to-air fierce or whatever. Right. You have to have that stuff in there. You have to have quick reactions with Dragon Punch to knock down people who are doing air-to-airs, which he also did. You have to have like really good movement on the ground to make people like look for the ground rather than just anti-air. And he did all those things, and he did it even in matchups where it's not like people, like I said, the Zangief matchup where people think that's really tough to do, but he was doing it against Gief just as well. So I mean, he was so good.
Look, before it came out, I didn't think he was going to do great because I thought Yun was too random of a character and it would hurt him or whatever like that. But Oliver, actually tweeted me and said something really, really smart. And he said that the randomness is actually better for you in longer sets. Because if you lose a game because you tried a crazy up kick, it's one game.
Okay.
Right? And you put that message in their head like you're good. Because, dude, people could not read his wake up.
Oh, he was so ridiculous.
He was on point with that.
Everybody. It wasn't just one person. Yeah, it was like everybody was totally flummoxed.
Yeah. And so he did super good in that. And that is the benefit of him being pseudo-random is that now it just puts all these doubts in your head. And whereas he may start off kind of badly, with if it was 2 out of 3, he would get killed really badly and get nervous or whatever. But if he knows, like, I have 5 more games and I'm building up all this random repertoire, and so they're going to have trouble guessing me in the last few games. And once Oliver said that, I was like, wow, that's actually really, really true. So
yeah, he was really, really good, no doubt. And then Daigo won the whole thing. He was 6-1. He was plus 14 in games. I think he was the clear favorite going into this.
Yeah.
I mean, we said it before. A lot of people said it before.
He's so good in long
surprise.
sets.
Yeah, just so good in long sets.
Yeah, but I was actually surprised. If you think about it, he had 6 wins, right, and 1 loss.
Right.
Plus 14 means about a 2 to 3 game advantage average. Most of his sets were surprisingly close.
Okay, well, let's see. So 7-5, he beat Shen's Gen. 7-5, he beat Kazunoko Yun. 7-6, he beat Pepidai Forte. 7-6, he beat PR Balrog. 7-6, he lost to Xiaohai, of course, that was it. Then 7-2, he dunked Snake Eyes. So that was the only one that was that was dunkage. So everybody else was
if you take away those 5 wins, he's plus 9 on 5 people.
Interesting.
So that's less than 2 games advantage against everyone.
Well, that's a good point, I guess.
Yeah, so it was actually surprisingly close for all of his matches, but I mean, I always make this argument, like, you always see, like, those basketball teams with bad records, and then they play for 3 quarters and keep up, and then in the 4th quarter is when they usually implode and die and lose, right? Because the good teams just know how to close it out. That's kind of how I felt Daigo was doing. He was like, okay, whatever. But then when he needed to win, obviously, you saw against PR Balrog, you saw against Pepidai, you saw against all those guys. When he needed to win, he won. And so he took a lot of those sets because those guys got good leads on him. Yeah, that's why the score was so low. but then he would make the comeback every time.
Pepidai was up 5-2.
Yeah, exactly. Two people were up 5-2 on him before Pepidai and somebody else, and then Rog was up 6-3 against him. There was somebody else who was up 2-5 over him. I think it was Kazunoko, actually. Was it, or was it Shien?
Let's see. No, it wasn't. It wasn't Kazunoko. Let's see. Was it Shen?
Shen was up 4-1 at one point.
Shen was up. No, that was Daigo.
Oh, was it? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Kazunoko. No, Daigo was up 4-1.
There was somebody.
Xiaohai. That was kind of back and forth. Snake Eyes blow up. Yeah, I think that was it.
Oh, okay. I could have sworn there was one more. Maybe it might have been maybe that was the Xiaohai one that he was down. No, Xiaohai was.
It was pretty back and forth. Yeah.
Oh, okay, whatever. My memory is obviously not working, so.
I guess so. Let's see. So Xiaohai at the biggest, he was up 4-3. That was as lopsided as it got. So, oh no, actually that's not true. Let's see. Xiaohai was up 6-4. Okay, 6-4. So Daigo had to win the last 3.
Okay, or win 2 and then lose 1, right, against Xiaohai.
No, 6 because Xiaohai already had 6.
Right, but Xiaohai won.
Oh yeah, duh.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. In any case.
Anyway.
They were all a lot closer than it seemed.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? So. Okay.
Yeah. Man. So anyway, it was very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Just to recap the event in general, I really, really enjoyed it.
I thought it was awesome.
I loved it.
I thought it was awesome.
It's such a cool idea. It's not.
Rog was up 5-2 is what people are saying.
Yeah, we mentioned that.
And Pepidai too. So both of them.
Well, yeah, I mean,
5-2.
Rog was ultimately up 6-3.
Oh right, okay,
yeah.
Okay, that's why. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, look, it's not something that most people can do, of course.
Mm-hmm.
It requires somebody who can make the expenditures, but I thought it was really cool. A lot of people. Well, okay. Before we move on to pay-per-view, do you have like overall thoughts?
I really enjoyed it. I hope we do more stuff like this.
Yeah.
I like these exhibition stuff. So between Capcom Cup and between the Master Series, I thought they were both really cool. And I like the fact that they're different formats.
Mm-hmm, for
like
sure.
I like that one was round robin. Why can't I talk?
It's tough. No.
Oh, are we on? Oh,
Hey.
there we go. Okay, cool, sweet.
Is it real?
Yes, we're back. Okay.
Hey.
I got so mad I couldn't pronounce round robin that I just kicked my machine and it shut down. So.
It's true. It was a tough few minutes. Yeah.
No, I mean, honestly, my computer just crashed.
It's just total freeze.
It just hung. I don't know what the hell happened. So, in any case.
At least someone was hung here.
Yeah. Fair enough. Do you want to just keep going then?
Let's just keep on going.
All right, look, I was talking about, I'm glad that, I don't want Capcom Cup to be round robin because that whole tournament was a year full of tournament qualifiers, is winning tournament formats. So it doesn't make sense for me to have Capcom Cup be a round robin, right? So
Totally
I like
agree.
having that kind of variety there. So you have EVO, which is a huge open tournament, and then you have, Capcom Cup, which is qualifying all year tournament format, and then you have Master Series, which should be round robin, invite kind of thing. I like it.
I think it's awesome. It's not like I want to see invitationals happen all the time. I'd much rather keep open tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the fact that there's this variety, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
I think that that's really great.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the pay-per-view aspect of it, right? So it was $14.95 to watch over the weekend, and there were some other benefits that came along with that, like you got Twitch Pro or whatever.
Twitch Turbo, you got entered into a bunch of raffles.
Yeah, stuff like that. So, but a lot of people weren't happy about that, and so a lot of people got pirated streams or watched on the mobile.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
I mean, $15 for like 16 hours plus of really, really good Street Fighter tournaments. Uh-oh.
What happened? What happened?
Video go?
Are we dead?
Where video go?
Is it just the stream where the video's dead?
I don't know. What is people saying on stream?
Nobody.
Are we still there? Are we still there on stream?
Do you guys see us right now? Because we don't see us.
Yeah, I know. Let me refresh this again. What are people saying?
They say nothing wrong on their end. I mean, all right, that's super weird because on both of our computers, we're on the UltraChenTV dashboard and like it's dead.
Just
so
went black. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, but what were you saying? So.
I think I tossed it to you, but
okay.
Anyway, for somebody who shows up here pretty regularly with my Pirate Bay T-shirt, I'm not gonna like. I'm not gonna be like, oh man, how dare you pirate?
Right.
I totally get it. That said, like there are times when I still buy things. Like I still go to the movies if I think the movie's gonna be cool.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's right.
Like I still do that. I still pay for games that I think are going to be cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about music that much, but I still buy like books that I think are going to be cool.
I still buy MP3s.
Yeah, okay. you care more about music than I do. Like I feel like so everybody has like their thing, right? Some people are really big movie fans, don't care about music or books, and really don't care about movies, whatever. So the things that I don't care for, I oftentimes don't pay for.
Right.
It's pretty regular for me. But that said, the things that I do care for, I do support, and this is one of them. So I hope a lot of people feel the same way. I feel like if you're watching this video game stream, we're one of like 600 people doing so. I feel like you probably care more about fighting games than the average person.
Right. Yeah.
So I would hope that if you could support it, that you would, because it's like your thing. I don't care if you don't support something else that's not your thing, but this is your thing.
Right.
So.
Look, a lot of people, okay, so I'm just going to go right into Lapchi here. First of all, what I was trying to say is that you pay $15 for a 2-hour movie all the time, and sometimes it turns out to be crap. Right?
Yeah.
And this one you're paying $15 for a weekend of just the most amazing Street Fighter. I don't see how this is a bad idea, you know what I mean? But and people do it, UFC, you know, all these things, right?
Course,
WrestleMania pay-per-views, all sorts of things like that. So look, a lot of people are like, okay, Lapchi either is A, greedy, and is trying to make money off the FGC, or 2, Lapchi is bad at business and he's making really bad business decisions, right? So, look, both of those are completely wrong.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, right? So, look, Lapchi is not greedy, okay? This guy doesn't have any reason to make money off the FGC. He literally has no reason to make money off the FGC. Like, no reason at all.
Yeah.
He makes plenty of money without it, right? So, here's the thing, right?
Makes plenty of money despite it, maybe.
Exactly. So, he is so interested in putting on these events and showing really good matches and all this other stuff. He's really good about promoting it. He's also really big about trying to promote Canada in general in the FGC. That's like his main thing. That's why he has CCG and flies Air and B to all these tournaments and stuff like that. He out of his own pocket. He literally is the sponsor.
Yeah, I saw somebody on stream earlier saying that they didn't support Lapchi because he doesn't do anything for the scene. He doesn't help grow the scene. Or like, how does having the Master Series help grow the scene? As you mentioned, he does the CCG thing. And he has been doing it for years. And it's not just Air and B. There have been like half a dozen players at least over the last few years that he's supported and flown out. And tournaments exist like because of him.
Yeah.
He puts up the money to run them. And look, we're talking about Canada because of this guy.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's the only reason I'm talking about Canada right now is because Lapchi wanted to put all this together. Would I talk about it otherwise? Like maybe occasionally. Like when like Toryuken happens, maybe we'll like recap it for 10 minutes. But like that's it. But we're going into this extended conversation and talking about the scene there because of him. You know, he gave a chance for the open qualifiers. He gave a chance for Canadians to get in there, and Air was like 2 games away from doing so.
Right.
Which I think this is super cool. I think he had Beruti, Canadian guy, commentate with James and me and with Seth and with Mike Ross, and I'm very happy he did that because it's super really important. He's very good, and it's very important to support commentators who are not just us because we can't be everywhere, right? And not everybody likes us, so it's great to have additional commentators, and he's the one supporting that. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go into let me go into 2/B real quick, right? That Lapchi is a bad businessman. Okay. Lapchi has made plenty of money long before any of us have reached even close to his age, right?
Yeah,
so
for sure.
He's fine. In fact, he makes a lot of money off of real estate right now, which he said he got into because he was bored. That's the only reason why he got into it, because he already had a lot of money before he got into that.
I mean, okay, so we've established he's a rich guy.
He's
All right,
he's
all right.
good at business, right?
Yeah.
Any good person at business who has lost money for 5 years in a row, not even just losing money, losing a chunk of change, would have stopped running these fighting game events. He's trying to figure out a system by which he can put on exhibitions and try to break even. And he's experimenting. He's willing to try this out to see how it goes, because out of everybody, if it doesn't go well, he can afford it.
Right. Yeah, basically.
Right? So he's just trying it out, seeing how it goes. Topanga charges more than $15 for their tournament, right? Plenty of people in Japan subscribe to that. I mean, it's a pay-per-view event. You know, people saying, oh, it doesn't cost anything to run an event. Like, he's not getting venue fees from a lot of people. He's in Canada. He doesn't even get a lot of foot traffic. How many people are flying to Canada to go, to go see this event right now? Not a lot, right? And so here's the other thing, too, is that it cost him $20,000 of his own money, and he flew out all 7 of those players, and he paid for all of their hotels. I don't know. I just don't see how he's a greedy guy trying to make profit off the FGC when he's in the hole every single tournament. And at the beginning of this tournament, he was like, yeah, I'm probably going to lose about, some crazy 5-digit number on this event and everything like that. It's like, that's how he goes into it.
I think a lot of it is trying to justify, it's like self-justification. It's like when people say that they're pirating movies because Hollywood is greedy, or Hollywood, whatever.
Right.
That's not it. You're being cheap. And I do it, and I recognize.
This is coming from a Chinese and a Jew, okay?
Yeah.
I'm just
Again, I show up here wearing Pirate Bay shirts like all the time. That's why I do it, all right? It's not because there's like some politics involved. It's like I have the ability to not pay for something, and if I don't care about supporting it, then I'm going to be cheap and not do it.
Right.
Okay? But there's definitely a lot of people who pirate things who are all about like they're so greedy. Who needs Look, you're just trying to justify yourself. Yeah. Just accept it. All right, it's cool. You're fine. It's not Lapchi being greedy. It's him trying to recoup a little bit on giant costs.
Yeah, and he wants to put on a fun game event. And in fact, you know what? This has happened every year too, because there's always this little after party, right? And Lapchi, we all drink at the party, right? I mean, everyone saw me on the commentary between Angelic and B. I was like maybe a little bit.
You'd had a couple of drinks,
but I wasn't like drunk or anything. But I mean, people drink there.
Yeah.
And every time, like I say bye to Lapchi, like he always is just like, if I'm ever a bad host, please tell me. Like, please tell me. I just want to make sure everyone has fun. I just want to make sure everyone has a great time. I want to show everybody a good time and all this stuff. And he gets like super emotional and stuff like that, and it just shows basically where he's coming from. He's really interested in that's why I go to all of his events, because I always have a great time when I'm over there. And he ends the tournament on Sunday at 6 specifically so that we can have a fun after party with everybody. You know what I mean? So that we can all hang out and have a good time. That's why everyone goes to his events and stuff. So I don't see him being as a greedy scumbag like a lot of people say about him.
I really think it's just a lot of self-justification.
Yeah,
that's it. Or like people, or it's like this crowd that's all about like tournament organizers make $30,000 per event, right? Where they don't.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to explain that subset of people because it's just like so astronomically dumb. Very ignorant of the costs that are involved. But anyway, I'm cool with it because, like I said, I support fighting game stuff. That's not the only thing that I would have subscribed. I've subscribed to other streams with no compunction to do so.
Right. To be honest, I've only subscribed to one, which is bad. But I mean, I've subscribed and I haven't stopped, so I just subscribe every month. So,
yeah. So, not all those 5,000 were pay-per-view. I think a lot. I don't know how many of them were pay-per-view.
Well, which ones?
But you know how the stream said the number of viewers that were watching.
But
some percentage of those were people watching mobile.
A large percentage.
I would imagine.
A large percentage. If people are trying to go by like 4,000, 5,000 people on stream to calculate how much money he made, like seriously, you could almost cut that by half. That's my guess. I would honestly think you could cut that by half.
You totally might be right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't seem wrong to me. Anyway, that's my thoughts on it. I'm cool with it. It's not something I want to see regularly because I prefer open tournaments in general, but I like the idea of having it occasionally, and I'm cool with pay-per-view occasionally. I think some people were also worried that having pay-per-view in this case would open the floodgates to pay-per-view every week.
Okay, so here's my third and final point here. Invitational open tournament. If you have an open tournament, the players who play help mitigate the cost.
Right.
This is an invitational. This is an invitational. You're not charging a venue fee. Like I said, you're not getting a bunch of people there in venue fee. How are you supposed to recoup the costs? If you have an invitation and you fly 7 people, 5 of them from Asia, 4 of them from Asia and 1 from Europe, right? I mean, and you pay for all their hotel rooms at this really nice hotel, by the way.
Nice hotel.
And you rent the venue and you do all this stuff and you have no players coming in. How are you supposed to make the money? And don't say Twitch TV ads.
Oh, yeah, right. We can tell you.
Don't say Twitch TV ads.
We can tell you how much those are worth.
If you think he's trying to make money off the FGC rather than trying to recoup costs, you just have to be real about this. You just have to look at it realistically. He has no other venue for making money except for charging for the stream.
Yeah.
That's it.
And if you make money, look, when adults talk about making money, they're not talking about how much revenue came in. They're talking about how much money did you end up with after your costs, right? I feel like some people, I didn't understand that until I was a little older. Yeah. When I was a kid, I was like, oh, he made whatever. No.
My favorite post...
He made negative money, regardless of however many subscribers.
My favorite post I've ever seen on SRK was someone who said, let's calculate Evo's profits.
I remember this, yeah.
If they had X amount of players and $50 venue fee, that's 50 times this. That's how much they made.
Right. And that's true in the stupidest sense of that phrase, but it's not, who cares?
Let's not talk about any costs whatsoever. So,
how much do we make with Twitch ads? I think we average probably about $150 a month or so. I think
that much?
No, that's not just Twitch ads. That's
YouTube as well.
You're totally right. That's Twitch and YouTube and subscribers. Yeah, that's about the average.
Yeah. I'm surprised it's even that high.
It is that high. It is that high. But if you're running a weekend thing, good luck.
Yeah. I mean, if you get 10,000 viewers and you run ads all weekend long, 1, everyone's going to be like, why are there so many ads? Lapchi hates the people, right? And 2, you're not going to make any money off it. You're really not. You're not going to recoup $20,000 of prizes and flying out people from Asia and from Europe. You flew out 1 person from the United States. That was the cheapest flight. That was Snake Eyes. Everyone else came from everywhere else, right? Yeah. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, $150. Yeah. Did we ever spend that on anything except for, I feel like we gave Kim1234 $50 for testing SF4 stuff.
And then we spent, that was it. And then we moved down here and spent all of the money.
After 3 years. So after 3 years, we had enough money to buy this table.
Yeah, this table and a couple of extra webcams, which I plan to set up at some point.
A better mic, the couple of things, right?
And there's been a bunch of stuff that I've been buying. I have this nice little tray table here and stuff like this. This is coming out of my own pocket because we just don't have any money in the UltraChen coffers. I mean, this is just how it works, right? So
it was that and taxes were all we have spent money on.
So awesome, dude. Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, look, all the negative things that people want to say about Lapchi, it's unjustified. You're wrong. I mean, it's an opinion thing, but you're wrong. Of course. I just have to say that. So, anyway. Okay.
Yeah, we have taxes. In California, there's a minimum tax for companies, and we did form a company. So.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we pay that. Anyway, that's it. You want to take a break after maybe an hour of
dude, yeah, you're right. Okay, let's take a break. We got a couple of other events to talk about.
Yeah, Kumite in Tennessee and Beast 5 coming up.
All right.